Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a huge shift in the business world, how companies are learning to talk with their customers, not just at them. It's a move from managing relationships to actually joining the conversation. So let's jump right in with a big question. In a world of endless tweets, five-star reviews, and viral videos, who actually gets to say what a brand's all about? Is it the slick marketing team in the corner office, or is it someone else entirely? The sources we looked at are incredibly clear about this. The internet has completely flipped the script. There's been this massive power shift away from the big companies and, well, right into our hands, the customers. We know we have choices, and we are definitely not afraid to walk away if we're not happy. Now, to really get how big of a deal this is, we gotta look back at what used to be the gold standard. For decades, the go-to strategy for businesses was something called CRM, which stands for Customer Relationship Management. This was their playbook for every customer interaction. But see, traditional CRM isn't just one piece of software. It's a whole philosophy. It's really built on four main pillars, and they're all designed to work together. So let's break them down real quick. First up, you've got strategic CRM. Think of this as the company's North Star. It's the core idea of building the entire business, from the top down, around putting the customer at the absolute center of everything. It's the why behind the whole operation. Next is operational CRM. This is the how. It's where technology comes in to make things run smoothly. We're talking about automating all those day-to-day things you see, the sales process, the marketing emails, the customer service chats. It's all about efficiency. Then you have analytical CRM, and this is basically the brains of the whole thing. It's where a company takes all that data, every click, every purchase, every interaction, and crunches the numbers to find patterns. The goal? To understand what you want and deliver it. And finally, there's collaborative CRM. This one is all about teamwork. It's designed to break down those walls between, say, the sales team and the service team, so everyone is on the same page. The idea is to create one seamless, positive experience for you, the customer. So this four-pillar system, it was a pretty well-oiled machine, and it worked for a really long time. But then, well, the conversation moved. It went from private phone calls and emails to a massive public online forum. And this is where the game totally changed. Suddenly, you have billions of people online, sharing everything, what they love, what they hate, what they want. The most important customer feedback wasn't in a suggestion box anymore. It was in a tweet for the entire world to see. And that forced businesses to evolve. This led to what we now call social CRM. As the expert Paul Greenberg puts it, this isn't just some new feature. It's a whole new strategy. It's a business's way of saying, okay, we got it. The customer is in charge of the conversation now, and we want to be a part of it. And you can really see just how different this is when you put them side by side. The goal isn't to manage a relationship anymore, it's to engage in a conversation. The power dynamic? It's flipped from being about the business to being about the customer. Communication is no longer a one-way broadcast, it's a two-way dialogue. And maybe the biggest change of all, the key metric isn't just about how much a customer is worth in sales, but how much influence they have. Okay, so it's a totally different way of thinking, right? But what does it actually look like for a business day to day? How do you actually do social CRM? Well, let's look at the process. It really boils down to a pretty simple three-step loop. First, you listen, and that means listening everywhere: social media, reviews, customer service calls. Second, you understand. You take all that noise and use your system to find the real insights. And third, you act. You have a team ready to respond, whether that's a direct personal reply or a bigger public statement. But hold on. Before a company can even start that listen, understand, act loop, they have to make a huge decision. They have to pick the right foundation, the right type of CRM system to build all this on. And really, there are two main paths you can take. You can go on-premise, where you own and manage all of the hardware and software yourself. That gives you a ton of control and customization, but wow, is it expensive and slow to get going. Or you can go with a hosted or cloud-based CRM. This is much cheaper and faster to set up. The catch? You have less control, and you're trusting a third party with your data. For something like social CRM, that agile, fast-moving cloud option is often a much more natural fit. So if you take away just one thing from all this, let it be this. CRM is not about management anymore. That ship has sailed. It's about participation. It's about earning a seat at the table in a conversation that customers are already having, and a conversation that they, not the business, control. And that leaves us with a final thought to chew on. In this new world, your customers are no longer just an audience. They are co-authors, actively writing your brand story with you. So the real question every business has to ask itself is, are you ready to share the pen?